Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to take a look in the Soulforge and tell you what is good and bad in there. Also going to take a look at this weekly event troop, the Void Manticore. Let's take a look at this thing, tell you what it's all about, and give it a rating. Inflict terror on an enemy, then steal a magic +1 attack and drain their mana by 7. Traits are Monster Bond, allied monsters gain 2 life. Fear Touch, inflict terror when unmatched skulls, and Impervious. Immune to all status effects, devour, lycanthropy, and mana burn. So that's actually quite an interesting mix of stuff on this. Inflict terror on an enemy. Presume that means you can choose who you cast it on. It's, weird though, because sometimes you may want to cast that terror on the bottom troop, because as the bottom troop, if that terror comes in, they're going to just disappear from the battle as if they just died, which is really good. But at the same time, you kind of want to cast it on the top troop, because you want to steal their attack to make your attack stronger, so skulls hit harder. And you also inflict terror when I match skulls. And, well, that's actually quite good, yeah. I quite like it. Interesting troop. But in first place, get your attack up, inflict terror by matching skulls, hope to survive because there's no skull reduction damage. And a mana drain as well. Yeah, not bad. I want to give that a pretty solid 6 out of 10. But as ever, get it up to Mythic level if you can by getting enough of them. Only 16 required, so not too shabby. And we'll upgrade that later. Anyway, why can't dinosaurs jump very high? Because they can't jump at all. They're extinct! Let's jump into the Soulforge, see what's going on in there this week. Not going to be too many weapons. This kingdom doesn't have a whole bunch of weapons yet, but let's look at them first anyway. Don't get the arcane edge from here, get it from the invasion event. It'll be the weapon from there. Much better to get it for some gems. Well, you're going to buy those tiers anyway to do the guild event, so you may as well get it from there. Almost picking it up effectively for free because it's only tier 3, I think, and it's worth doing that way. Save your diamonds. Dealing magic +3 damage to the first 2 enemies, boosted by mystic allies. And nothing special weapon, but collect it anyway, like I say, from the invasion shop. Alright, let's scroll down. I'm not going to go over all the weapons that are here all the time. These are in my Soulforge extra video, which will be in a link in the description below. One of the stars isn't in that video. One of the stars came out after I created that video. But yeah, amazing weapon. If you don't have it yet and you've got the resources, just go craft it. It's absolutely amazing, even though it can sometimes backfire on you with that mana creation. But create 6 elemental stars, bless all allies, or create 7 umbral stars and curse all enemies. Really, really fantastic weapon. And all colours means it can be used in most teams. It's like really, really cool. Definitely worth picking up. Is there any weapons here at all? Getting near the bottom. Oh, here we go. Here's one, finally. Doomed Signet. Give 2 magic to all allies, +1 per tempering level. Then give magic +2 armor to red allies, and if the enemy has a doom, gain a 10 attack. So, a collectible situational kind of weapon. They give 2 magic to all allies with that boost. It can be actually quite effective in certain teams. And they obviously give armor to red allies. The more red allies you got on your team, the better that is. So, yeah, it's more collectible than anything. You're not going to use it actually that often. I don't think so. Not absolutely essential. What else have we got? Midnight's Terror. Remove all brown gems with no effect that are just taken away from the board. Then deal magic-based damage to an enemy, boosted by gems removed. And if the enemy is from Midnight, or if the battle is in Midnight, deal double damage. It does have enchanting as one of its upgrades, which is one of the good things about that weapon. But again, pretty situational. Hands of Time. Deal magic +3 heavy splash damage to an enemy, and deal the same amount of light splash damage to a random enemy. So you can target who the first lot goes on, but it's random on the second lot. But it can be a combined decent amount of damage. And the good thing about this weapon as well is it has Quick as one of its upgrades, which is an extra turn. So very good for that. And then not a bad weapon at all. And lastly, we have the Temporal Scythe. Deal magic +2 damage to all enemies. If an enemy dies, convert all red gems to hourglass gems. Hourglass gems are yellow, and when matched with another hourglass gem, or just with a yellow match that had an hourglass gem in that match, you get an extra turn, even if you're frozen. So pretty cool like that. Right, that is it for the weapons. Yeah, that was easy and quick for the weapons. Now onto the troops. Just have a little gander through these summoning stones to see if there's anybody you're missing. See if there's anybody there that's really cool you could do with picking up. Any troops that are empowered, worth picking up. Any goblins, worth picking up. Really annoying, really good for if you're a newer player to the game as well. Pick up those goblins, the extra turns, really make a difference. Anybody that's good, just overall in general. Ragnargord, really good troop. Exploding magic +2 gems of a chosen colour. Really good for some quick managing with that. Let's have a little shufty through. See if there's anybody you're missing. Always good to get new troops. Thrall, really good. Gets more powerful and more better at destroying gems as you grow with the game. And just have a little look through them all. This only takes a few minutes. Alright, let's start with the mythics first and then work our way up. Who have we got first? Let us take a look. Again, same as the weapons, all the troops are here all the time are in my Soulforge extra video. First up we have Morthani's Darkness. This is a strong start. Really good troop this. Steal magic +2 life from 4 random enemies and summon Morthani's Will. So life steal, which is the same as true damage, remember, but whatever you take from them you give to yourself, pumping up her life, making her annoying and really hard to kill. And the stealing life from 4 random enemies is actually better than stealing it from or doing damage to all. If you've done the same amount of stealing life to all enemies, this is actually better from 4 random enemies, because submerged troops can still hide from that kind of thing, but they can't hide from this. And also, if there is 2 enemies left or 3 enemies left, it hits them multiple times, which damage to all doesn't do. So that is one of the benefits of that type of damage. And create an Uber Doomskull when my turn begins is pretty good as well. That can work really well in certain teams. The only way that works against you sometimes is because quite often that Doomskull will appear and it will line up adjacent to another set of skulls, making a skull match. You kind of feel like you kind of have to take the skull match sometimes unless the troop is entangled, because you don't want to keep on taking a load of skull damage. But yeah, fantastic troop is Morthani's Darkness. Like her a lot. In fact, she's divine and undead. Means you've got like 2 chances of getting a nice boost on mana at the beginning, because undead, she uses brown as well. You can pair her with the Ghost Queen, which gives undead a 50% mana start. She's divine as well, which means in Divinish Bala team is going to work fairly well in that as well, because you'll get a 40% start in that. And Divinish Bala creates skulls and she creates a skull as well. So yeah, really nice troop is Morthani's Darkness. The Sparkinator. Kind of a specialist troop, this one. Not all troops are designed to do a billion damage to all and win within 3 turns. They're more designed to be kind of awkward troops, or be in specialist teams to make them work. And this is where Sparkinator comes into it for me. Deals magic +1 armor to all enemies, creates 10 bomb gems, then explodes a random gem. With those bomb gems on the board and that explode a random gem, the chances are it's going to take out one of those bomb gems, cause a chain reaction, and get an awful lot of mana for the team. And the stealing armor obviously means it takes it from them and gives it to yourself at the same time, which is pretty cool, providing you're not against a true damage team, of course. In that case, it's not as good. And in fact, you steal that armor, but then you get the reduced damage from skulls and reduced damage from spells is not bad, and gains 8 armor when matching red gems. The biggest missed opportunity with me with this troop was, it's obviously some sort of homage to the Terminator, with the Sparkinator being the name and he'll be back. It's like, the Terminator was all about like killing stuff and being powerful, not like getting armor. So it's like, yeah, a bit of a missed opportunity there. I would have liked to have seen something a little bit more imaginative on that one regarding the Terminator homage, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, Misty's here as well, Mistralus. Deal magic +4 splash damage to 1 to 4 random enemies, then jumble the board and gain an extra turn. Really good thing about her is that enchanted wind. She does a massive blow off, and that causes all the allies to be enchanted as soon as you get a 4 or 5 match. Very, very good for just getting the team going really nice and quickly. The only thing that's annoying about her is, for me anyway, she hardly ever hits 4 times. It's supposed to be random to 1 to 4 random enemies, but the amount of times I've cast her and it's just 1 or 2 hits, sometimes 3, very, very rarely does she hit for me like 4 times. It's like unreal how lazy she is for me. So yeah, but she is good because obviously that extra turn is guaranteed. providing you're not frozen. And the jumble the board can just, you know, to change things around if there is nothing there initially. When you cast her, can actually move things around in your favour. But yeah, Mistralus, very, very nice troop indeed. Mother of Darkness. Bit of a weird one, this. Deals true damage to an enemy and the enemy below. So you have to cast it on the top troops. You cast it on the one at the bottom. Otherwise you're not going to get extra damage. And it is boosted by purple gems. If an enemy dies, create 12 purple gems. Otherwise, summon 2 Sisters of Shadows. So a few different things are going on with this, which are a bit strange to me. She doesn't really synergize with her own spell or traits in a way. She uses blue, red, and brown. She is stealthy, which is okay. And she inflicts bleed on all enemies when matching 4 or more gems, which is effectively true damage. But a Dark Storm, when an enemy dies, is purple, which she doesn't use. So you need purple troops in your team to actually benefit from her, really, because the true damage is boosted by purple gems. And the weird thing is, if an enemy dies, it creates purple gems. If they don't die, she summons 2 Sister of Shadows, which do normal damage. So she does true damage, but summons normal damage troops and creates purple gems where she doesn't use purple. So you need to fit the rest of the team around her to get her to work properly as well, which is why she's just alright for me. Nothing too fantastic. Is that the last one? Was that it? 1, 2... Oh yeah, Sparkinator and obviously Morthani. So let's take a quick look at the legendaries. Then we'll decide who is going to be our Mythic of the Week. It's going to be a tricky choice this week between 2 of them, I think. Guryon. Convert brown to blue and convert purple to Doomskulls. And drain 2 mana from all enemies. Poison and stun a random enemy by matching 4 or more gems is a decent trait. As well as immune to burning and fairy fire. But yeah, that's a okay troop there. Next up we have Matron Dragatani. Create 6 blue gems boosted by frozen enemies, then deal magic +3 damage to the first and last enemies boosted by blue gems. But look at that arcane resistance. Reduce damage from spells by 75%. That is an awful lot. That is very nice indeed. Next up we have Emperor Corvash. This is a good troop, this. I remember him being so annoying to me in the early days of playing this game. Every time I saw him I thought, you again, you annoying git. Deals magic +3 true damage to the first 2 enemies, stun them and drain their mana. It was the drain their mana which was really annoying when I used to fight this thing. But yeah, the true damage is really good. The stun is good as well, and drain their mana. Super useful, as well as Lion's Wrath. Stun a random enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. So Emperor Corvash, still a decent troop all this time later. And Keeper of Souls, another really good troop. Some good legendaries here. Transform all gems of a chosen colour to skulls. Really good in a skull-based team. Any colour you like to skulls. There's almost always going to be a 4-match there of some sort when you get to cast him to try and get an extra turn. So really, really good. And a 50% chance to summon a white when an enemy dies. Really cool troop is Keeper of Souls. Right, but let us pick our Mythic of the Week. It's not going to be Mother of Darkness because she's just too random with her own spell and traits. And it's going to be between Mistralus and Morthani Darkness. Now this is a tricky one because I really like both of these troops. They're both sort of right up there mythics for me. That is a tricky one. See, I can see people picking Morthani's Darkness. I can see why people would pick Mistralus for this. But I imagine this situation as one of the troops is about to be removed from the game forever. So who would I have to say is removed? So who do I get left with? Mistralus is really good in just a whole bunch of different teams. That splash damage is good. The jumble and extra turn is good. And the Enchanted Wind is pretty amazing as well. Really, really useful for that. 25 mana cost is quite a bit. And she can be a bit lazy sometimes and just hit 1 random enemy. Or 2. And then you feel like, you're lazy bones. Morthani, I really, really like. Life steal is guaranteed. It's going to happen. The summon can be guaranteed if you've got a vacant slot. I like the Uber Doomskull creation. Works really well as well. And yeah, and the fact that she's undead and divine works really well. And she's really good in events like Tower of Doom as well, where, you know, your team just gets more and more powerful the more the event goes on. So, yes, some people may pick Mistralus and say, oh, you have to pick Mistralus, but I really, really like Morthani's Darkness. So I'm going to give it to Morthani's Darkness today. She gets my Mythic of the Week. Well, I'll be back later on with my Invasion team and Underspire team. And that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, found it useful and helpful, it'd be really cool if you bashed that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.